Let's see. We are live, I believe. And there's always a delay.
Mm-hmm.
So
give it like 20, 30 seconds.
Yeah. All right. I believe we should be good to go. This is going to be a little awkward because I'm going to do a little bit of a sharing. Okay. Actually, we don't need a picture. I'm just going to post.
Yeah.
Let's see. I don't know if anyone's in the chat or if anyone's watching right now, but welcome. Hello. Happy you all are here. Probably all two of you. we were just Zach and I were just talking that we feel a little bad because Gage Clift is releasing his feature film right now, and we didn't realize it was going on at the same time.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm just gonna send some tweets out. Yeah, Zach, how was your day?
It was pretty good. I got up pretty early in the morning to go to the DMV and then waited in line for like an hour and a half. So yay. But yeah, no, that went smoothly for the DMV. Then I helped Ethan with some moving stuff since he's moving. So
nice.
That was good.
That's cool. That's cool. Looks like we got Merdul. Hello, Merdul. Happy you're here. Looks like we got Mr. Rivera himself.
Nice.
I think that's David. Vajema. And Charlie says she's playing the fool. That's all good. It's all good. I'm excited for Gage. In fact, right now, I'm going to go and comment on his live stream.
Oh, is he live streaming right now?
Well, it's premiering. It's like being presented right now.
Oh, okay. So it's playing as a live stream. Okay, I see.
Yeah. I'm gonna comment.
Nice.
So if anybody wasn't aware, Gage Clift is releasing a film right now. Go and give him your love. Check out his video. I'm just gonna comment. I think those comments help out the stream. I'm assuming so.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know for sure.
Pushes the algorithm.
Yeah. But it looks like we got like 3 people in here. That's awesome. That's really cool. Glad you could join us. We'll probably give it another couple minutes or so before we get into the nitty-gritty of everything. But yeah, super excited. We got some big things to talk about, big things to discuss.
Oh yeah.
If you are here, it would be really awesome if you could hit the like button. And maybe share the stream too. That'd be really cool because I think that should push out the video to more people.
Even if you're on the rewatch when we're already done streaming, do it.
Right. If you're rewatching this. But yeah, we're just here chilling. Got some fun things to talk about. Little Black Submarines.
Oh yeah.
A few people have seen the movie already, or not the movie, the trailer.
Yeah.
Which I guess we can talk about now because it's already kind of public. But if you are interested in seeing the Little Black Submarines trailer before Monday, DM us on Instagram or Twitter, and we'll send it to you on one condition: that you record your reaction and you send your reaction to us. That's our condition because we like seeing people's reactions. It's really fun. And if you want to like record a reaction, release it publicly, you can do that too on Monday. Record your reaction, upload it, have it drop on Monday or whatever after the preview. That's totally cool with us as well. Or you can just send it to us. Zach, have you seen any of the reactions?
I have seen Alex Clegg's, and I have seen. I think that might be the only one because I actually don't have any. I'm not logged into the Twitter or the Instagram, so I haven't seen James's or Charlie's yet. But I want to.
Well, James, Charlie, Alex Clegg. We just got one from Roberto Tico Martel, who directed The House of the Lord. I just saw his reaction just before watching this. It was super fun, super awesome. I think there have been other people. Vanessa sent one in. I mean, Vanessa's in the
Nice.
movie, but
Yeah.
it's
Well, she had already seen the trailer too, just
yeah, but she
like
was
a year
still.
ago.
Well, yeah, it's been such a long time that it's like,
Yeah.
what can you
Like, I
do?
don't remember what's all in the trailer. I was like, I could like overhear it when I was like listening to the reaction. I was like, oh yeah, this is familiar.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see if I can do this too, actually. I think just to make things more interesting. So it's not just us. Let's do this. I want to put the poster. If anyone
Oh
hasn't seen
yeah.
the poster for LBS,
Put the poster up. That'll be sick.
yeah, yeah. I'm gonna share the screen. Let's see. Window. We'll do this. Yeah,
Yeah.
here it is. The poster for our film, Little Black Submarines. What's been really cool these past few days is based on the poster and as well as the what do you call it? Um, what people have seen of the trailer, people who've seen the trailer, they've been posting their reactions and sharing their thoughts on what they think is going to happen, and that's been really cool to see. Makes me
Yeah.
feel like I'm making an MCU movie or something. David asks, "You want my reaction? You'll have to beg for it." Well,
Oh.
David, you're in the film. I don't. Vanessa didn't have to share her reaction. I was kind of jokingly saying you have to share your reaction too, but she just did. But yeah, it's been a pretty crazy week. Been a pretty crazy week. In fact, you're drinking your water. I'm gonna be unhealthy. I'm drinking my Dr. Pepper over here.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Dr. Pepper. It's the good stuff.
Oh yeah, one of the best.
And people are, I don't know. I feel like Dr. Pepper people, like, that's a dedicated fan base. It's a real I mean, did you hear the news about like the rankings and whatnot?
No, what rankings?
Well, because I think in terms of like top selling sodas and whatnot,
Oh.
it used to be Coke and Pepsi. Now
Uh-huh.
it's Coke and Dr. Pepper
Oh
because
yes.
there's a cult of Dr. Pepper.
Dude, I love Dr. Pepper. I mean, I like Coke. Coke is great. I can enjoy Pepsi. Pepsi is enjoyable
Yeah.
for me. But Dr. Pepper's my favorite of the three, for sure.
Yeah. Dr. Pepper is great. David says he's drinking a Mexican Coke. That's awesome.
Oh,
Wait,
that's
David, how are
top
you?
tier.
How are you? You said you're currently on the road and you're drinking a Coke and you're watching this. I hope you're not driving. Or maybe this is like playing on your phone as you're driving.
Yeah.
And it's like just sitting down.
Better be using text to speech. No texting while driving.
Yeah, text to speech. Yeah, and texting. Yeah, we won't tell on you if you're breaking the rules of the road, but
David's being naughty.
I know. Hope you're staying safe. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm super excited to talk with everybody. I want to give it a couple more minutes because I think we're gonna have some people slowly filter in throughout the stream.
Mhm.
But yeah. Oh, David says he's being unsafe right now. Oh no. To anybody who's watching this later, David plays Lorenzo in our film Little Black Submarines. That's the name of his character. His hand, this is his hand right here. This is David right here. Yeah, and this is obviously, let's see if I can zoom in over here. Let's do this. There's me and Vanessa right there. This is a top quality poster in terms of resolution. There she is looking awesome.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
got a bag. What's in the bag? I don't know.
That's a good question.
There's my character. I got glasses. Why is he wearing glasses? Why is his arm broken? Is his arm actually broken? And what's in this case? I mean, it looks like a guitar case, but is a guitar really in there? And here's David. Yeah, I know, Sam. I wake up every day and I wonder that when I look in the mirror. Yeah. No, it's super fun. What I'm really excited about now is all this promotion that we're going to be doing, and people's reactions to this. The paratext is what they call it in film school. Because there's two things. Sorry, drinking my Dr. Pepper. There's texts and then there's paratexts. And paratexts, from my memory, those are texts which are meant to accompany text. So a trailer is a paratext, a poster is a paratext, and Little Black Submarines is the text. And there's a lot of interesting discussion there with audience reception theory and intertextuality. That's really interesting stuff. I mean, maybe it's just interesting to me, but anyway.
Behind the scenes or like documentaries would also be considered paratext as
Yeah,
well.
paratext. Yeah, absolutely. Even the DVD case, that's a paratext
Mm-hmm.
because paratexts are supposed to inform how you receive a text or read a text. So,
Would it go as far as like a novelization released after the
yeah,
film?
yeah, that's a
Yeah.
paratext.
I was like, that's what I would assume, but it feels like different.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think well, let's get started.
Oh yeah.
Ethan unfortunately can't make it tonight, and um, I don't know if anybody else would make it. I extend the invitation to some other folks, but they might be tied up as well. But yeah, officially, welcome everybody. Let me throw up these banners. This is going to be a game messing with the screen and everything. We're going to get started. So yeah, we are here to talk Little Black Submarines. There's some stuff we have to announce, and I don't anticipate that it's going to be too long, but afterwards we'll take some time to have some questions. This probably won't be a super long stream, but you know, we have this time to sit here right now and talk with you all because we've been a little bit off of the channel for a bit. Yeah, anything else, Zach?
I can't really think of anything. Let's get into it.
Okay, so in case you weren't aware, Little Black Submarines, our new feature film, which we shot in Yakima last year, is done. It's edited, it's exported. I would say that it's on our channel, but there's been some slight difficulties in terms of some YouTube compression and YouTube side of things. But the movie's done. It's in a master file, and it's coming out. I mean, you kind of can't see it. Let's see. Let me zoom in on this again. It's coming out. Oh, it's like right there.
It's
Hold on.
blocked by the banner.
Blocked by the banner. Oh
There
my
we go.
goodness.
Oh,
Oh, let me zoom this. Let's do this.
there we go. Yeah.
That is the release date of our feature film. It's out on this day, and it's going to be super exciting. We can't wait for everyone to see it. It's been a crazy, crazy journey making this movie.
Oh yeah.
It's been absolutely wild. I mean, there's been so many emotional roller coasters, ups and downs, all that sort of thing. And I guess, I mean, Zach, what do you have to say about the making of the movie so far?
Oh man. I can remember almost over 2 years ago. It must have been when we went up August of 2022,
Mm-hmm.
and there was a moment where you and Nathan were chatting and you were like, "Hey, I've got an idea."
Yeah, yeah.
And it just sprung from there, and it was just really exciting because it was like Ethan and I, or at least I didn't. I don't know if you shared anything with Ethan at that point, but we didn't know anything about this idea, but you were
Mm-hmm.
like formulating it as we were like going about it. Cause we, at that point, we were shooting a scene or two scenes for the mentor,
Mm-hmm.
um, with your character and, his character. And, you guys were like kind of figuring out how is this going to mesh together and stuff like that. And then a couple months later, you started working on scripts and stuff like that. Oops, sorry. Um, and, just seeing this whole thing develop from like concept has just been really exciting as a chlorine fan,
Mm-hmm.
but also as like a fellow like collaborator with you as well.
Mm-hmm.
And getting to just be a part of it has been so much fun. Especially like I know this has been like a like massive project for our scale and stuff like that. And I remember after shooting it, everybody was like, man, that was a lot. And I was
Yeah.
like, that was great. Because I had just came off of Coalescence, which
Right.
I was like, oh my gosh. Needless to say, learned many things about the stresses of making a big movie.
Mhm.
So I was just like, I'm just riding it here.
Right.
um, but yeah, it's been really cool getting to see the hard work that everybody has put into this in all the different stages.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, this is easily the biggest film we've ever worked on, and can't wait for everyone to see it. There'll be more details to come out as we get closer to the date in terms of like stories and BTS and that sort of thing. But it's been a crazy wild journey, and it's done. The movie's done, and now it's the fun part, which is like promoting the movie, releasing the movie, talking about the movie. And so the big announcement that we have essentially, I'm gonna let's do
Switch
this.
slides.
Yeah, switch slides here. Um, the big announcement that we have is really just regarding our plans for Little Black Submarines. Um, because you might be wondering, what are we gonna do? Um, what can you expect from us up until then? Because a month is a long time. Like, why are you releasing it like so far out? Why not just release it sooner? And I wanted to share something with you to kind of go over our overall plans for the month. I mean, there is a promotion plan for the Little Black Submarines, and there's some things we just want everybody to be aware of. And what I will say is you can expect a lot of behind the scenes after the film is released, but before the film is released, there's going to be a lot of stuff on our social media. So if you're not following us on Twitter or Instagram, make sure you go and give us a follow on there, because that's where we're going to share a lot of those promotional opportunities. There'll be maybe chances to see the movie early if you're paying attention to our social media, because we showed the trailer early. There's a chance that a lot of people took advantage of, and so there's a lot of people who've seen the trailer early, and so there might be similar things with other trailers or with other movies, or I mean, with the actual movie. So make sure you follow us, because we're going to be talking about the movie, and you might want to grab a chance to see the movie early, which is a real possibility. So that's something. Just go follow us on social media, Doom Productions. You can find our link in the bio and everything. But I wanted to share this with everybody. So we already, everyone here, everyone paying attention. Was David driving? Okay.
Keep your eyes on the road, David.
Keep your eyes on the road. But I'm going to show a
We'll
picture.
explain it to you.
We'll go. We'll break it down. We'll break it down. So here we go. So this month in July, these are the big things you can expect from us leading up to Little Black Submarines. Um, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. I don't feel like I need to explain, but I'm gonna explain just in case anyone has questions or anything like that. So today is the 28th, Friday the 28th.
Mhm.
Uh, well, I guess even backing up further, Little Black Submarines is within the chlorine universe, which is, if you didn't know, there is a MCU Marvel type universe, cinematic universe right now on YouTube, which includes Chlorine, The Mentor. There's a bunch of short films. There's a couple other Chlorine films. Um, and it's a part of a huge universe. And because Little Black Submarines is a part of this universe, what we're going to do is we will be doing a live stream countdown each week, where essentially Friday night, all times in Pacific Standard Time, we're going to, on at 6 o'clock every Friday, lead them to Little Black Submarines. We're going to do watch parties. So, because it's in the universe, it's just a fun thing to do. And also, it's been a while since I've seen these films. Zach, when was the last time you watched any of the Chlorine movies?
I
Aside from ours.
rewatched Chlorine, the first Chlorine,
Mhm.
a few weeks ago. Yeah. Other than that, LPS right when we wrapped
Right.
uh editing. But yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna be on here on our channel. We are gonna watch through pretty much all of the chlorine movies as a countdown to Little Black Submarines. Just for fun, because these are some awesome movies made by our friends and everything. So we're excited to share um our movie with you all, and because it's part of this universe, we thought it'd be just really a fun way to kind of count down the celebration. Um, Zach, do people need to see these movies to understand Little Black Submarines?
No, but we highly encourage it.
Yes. That being said, if you have not seen the movie was designed to be followed without having to have seen the other chlorine films. Um, but that being said, it will help you if you decide to watch him.
It will enhance the experience quite a bit. I'm not the best person to ask when it comes to, can this movie stand alone despite being in a canon?
Right,
Because I'm a completionist.
right,
So,
right.
that being said, I can speak to having heard from other people whom we've shared the movie with that haven't seen chlorine stuff, that they've been able to follow along. So that's good.
Yeah, we've shown the film to people who have not seen any of these, and they have followed Little Black Submarine just fine. In fact, Andrew Price, who co-wrote the movie with me, he he hasn't even seen any of them except for a rough cut of The Mentor. Like, he's seen The Mentor, he saw a really rough
Mhm.
cut, but he hasn't seen it since. Um, because he just kind of got what he needed to, and then he took that and he went to go edit, or I mean, write LBS with me.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, so next week around 6 p.m. we'll be on here. We're gonna rewatch Chlorine. Um, I think it's a 2-hour movie. How long is it?
It's about 2 hours.
Two
It's pretty
hours.
darn close. It's a little over, I think,
Let's see. We can
by
Google this
a
actually.
couple minutes, maybe, I think.
Chlorine 922 films. Um, I'm going on the $5 Film School channel, which if you aren't subscribed to, why the heck are you not subscribed to them? You should go give them all a follow. It's
Do
Chlorine
it.
Cinematic Universe. Okay. So it looks like Chlorine is, where is it? It's about an hour and 25 minutes.
Oh, dang, I was way off.
Yeah. Um, and then the week after, we're going to watch the shorts, a collection, because the shorts are really, um, they're not all set in the same time period. They kind of
Mhm.
hop around, but there are shorts that lead into the mentor really nicely.
Mhm.
So we'll probably watch Day Zero, Helping a Stranger, The Pickup, The Last Day, The Past, maybe the concept teaser as well for Chlorine 2, just for
Mhm.
funsies.
Yeah.
We're going to watch through all of those. It'll probably be a really chlorine heavy discussion. It's not going to be as much watching because obviously with the short films, there's not a whole lot to kind of go over necessarily, but we're gonna, watch what we can and talk about chlorine.
If we can get the RC boys on and talk about your guys' experience with filming The Pickup and Day Zero, that'd probably be pretty cool.
Yeah, so I've reached out to people who were involved with all these films to ask them if they wanted to come on the live stream. It's a lot of stuff is up in the air for some folks because this is kind of a big commitment, slightly kind of a little on short notice, and people are interested, but we'll see who we can get to hop on the live stream with us. Ethan should be able to make it to one of these at the very least.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and then July 19th, same time, 6 p.m., we're going to do a mentor watch party. So the mentor is a 2 hour and 8 minute film. We're going to watch through it. I would love it if the RC boys could be there. And again, if Danny wants to be there for chlorine as well, I've extended the
That'd be
invitation.
great.
But should be a good time watching through the mentor with you all here. So if you haven't seen, or I guess if you're in this chat and you haven't seen these films, or if you've seen them but you want to rewatch them with us, hearing us giving our commentary and talking about the films, save these dates and save these times. And the streams will exist on our channel afterwards, so they'll be up for you to be able to watch. But yeah, just be aware of that, of these dates.
What about that last date on there, Jordan?
Oh yeah, almost forgot. So we're gonna do something a little different for the last one because obviously our film comes out on July 26th. So this is for people who are in, I guess, the Pacific Northwest or in Yakima area. So if you're in Yakima or Washington, Oregon, or whatever, this is for you. We're going to premiere Little Black Submarines in Yakima, Washington at YVC College at Kendall Hall at 6:30 p.m. If you want more details on that, you can reach out to us if you're thinking about traveling to the area.
We'll probably post them later too.
Yeah, we'll post some flyers and stuff like that with all the details. If anyone's interested in going to that, we actually have James from Flickr Films. He's flying out again from Arizona to come and see the movie.
Yes.
So it's pretty awesome having people fly out for this project.
Oh yeah.
Um,
And for those who are not in the area or
right.
who want to see things in two different places at the same time.
Yeah. There is, for if you're not in the area, it will be dropping on YouTube at 6:30 p.m. the same time that we're premiering it. So it's going to premiere in person and online at the same time. So what we'll do is we'll set up a Premiere file or a Premiere stream, if that makes sense. Like essentially what I'm going to do, we're going to upload Little Black Submarines and we're going to set it as a premiere, kind of like Gage's film is doing right now. Like right now it's premiering, it's streaming, even though it's pre-recorded, it's a pre-recorded video. So that'll be running live in tandem with the premiere at the same time at 6:30 roughly. And again, once the movie's done, you can go back and you can rewatch it. Like it's just going to turn it into a video. It'll still exist on the channel, of course. You can watch Little Black Submarines whenever, however you want from that point on. But it's going to drop at 6:30 p.m. Then afterwards, at 8:30 p.m., give or take, I'm not sure. I mean, I'm assuming there's going to be a couple of things to figure out, and it might the time not overlap completely. There's going to be a live Q&A from the premiere of Little Black Submarine. So we're going to set up a camera, we're going to film the stage, and there's going to be a Q&A. And so people who are at the screening will be able to ask questions. We kind of made a deal with the college up there that there's a film professor who's letting us use the auditorium for free on the condition that the film students are free to go, and if they show up and they write a paper on the film, they get extra credit. And also, I'm going to make a video for the class to, tie it into their curriculum a little bit better. So there'll be film students there who will be asking questions. Audience members will be asking questions, and I'm assuming there's going to be a live interaction with the chat. So probably what we'll do is we'll reserve some time for the people in the audience to ask questions and then people on the chat to ask questions. So if you type your question, we'll have someone on the microphone in the back with the table who's, asking us questions, and we can interact with the chat live in person, essentially. And so, yeah, that's going to be the 26th. The live stream is going to go from probably about 8:30 to 9ish or so. So it's not going to be a super long Q&A, but again, we're going to have more BTS.
We'll see how many questions we have.
Yeah, we'll see how many questions we have. Radul says, love this live Q&A idea. Should be interesting with a room filled with students. Yeah, I agree. I think that's pretty fun. They might hate it too. That's also a real possibility. They might be grilling us, but that's okay.
Mm-hmm. Well, there might, having been to film school,
yeah.
I knew those people.
Yeah. David says your film's going to be studied. That's a dream already. I mean, I don't know if it's. I mean, it'd be cool if they want to go because they're genuinely interested. But I think a lot of them will show up for just the extra credit. But I'm not sure. I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. um, but yeah, there's gonna be a live Q&A. Zach and I were talking about this before too. I don't know if that's been done for a YouTube feature film for a folk filmmaking channel so far, where it premieres in person and on YouTube at the same time, and then afterwards there's a live Q&A. I don't know if that's happened yet.
Not to
I'm
my
not.
knowledge.
Yeah, I mean, so I'll claim that we're first, but if we're not, we very well might not be the first. I'm sure there's another channel that's done that. That's just smaller or we haven't heard of. Um, but yeah, that's the plan for releasing Little Black Submarines. Is we're gonna do these live streams counting down to it. It will premiere in person online on the 26th at 6:30 p.m. and then afterwards there's going to be a live Q&A from the premiere of the film. And so that way we can include everybody at this thing.
I just realized we're doing like our version of Hall H the
Yeah.
same weekend as San Diego Comic-Con.
Is that really the same weekend as
Yeah.
Comic-Con? Oh. Don't go to Comic-Con, go to Yakima. Come see our film.
It's cheaper.
It's cheaper, yeah, much cheaper. Much cheaper.
You're
But yeah,
guaranteed a spot in the auditorium too.
yeah, exactly. So if you're in the chat right now and this sounds awesome to you, go ahead and save these dates. Tell your friends, tell you people you know. It's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, the thing I'm excited for the premiere, obviously, because that's going to be a big catharsis for all of us. But I'm most excited for these rewatch parties in a funny way of just sitting down and watching some movies that my friends have made, pretty much, talking about it. You know, the RC boys, they have never really talked about The Mentor publicly, I don't believe. I mean, they've talked about making it a little bit and with us, but they haven't released any behind the scenes on this film. So
yeah,
if they are able to make it on the chat, this will be a first opportunity to ask them questions about The Mentor and making the film and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
No, I think it's going to be so much fun. All this stuff. Yeah, Zach, what are you most looking forward to?
Oh gosh,
with this month of Little Black Submarines.
I've always loved this idea since you pitched it, and I really hope we can get creators on for their respective projects, so that we can talk about it because that sounds so cool.
Yeah,
But I'm definitely most excited for the premiere, just to share this project that we've been working on for so long, that you've poured so much time into with everybody, and getting to experience that with a bunch of other people for the first time. I'm calling it right now. I'm sitting next to Nathan.
yeah, it's gonna be a good time for sure. Yeah, like I said, I'm really excited to rewatch these movies. Because I think that's just gonna be super fun. Because it's not about me then, because I always feel self-conscious watching my own movies, and I'm like, I want to hype it up, but I there still have that doubt. But like these, it's like, oh, these movies are great. These are awesome. So I can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
Merdul says, even if the film student, I'm assuming the film students hate it, it will be interesting for me to watch, which is very true. Yeah, if anybody hates the film, I mean, that's going to make things really interesting.
I'm very curious if anybody does. Well, never mind. I don't know what where I was going with that.
Yeah. I definitely think that in a weird way, I think if someone hates the movie, them and I probably would have very similar opinions on the film. Because when you're a director, you know everything that's in your movie down to the microsecond. So
Oh yeah.
You are very aware of everything, including the flaws. I find, anyways. I'm hypercritical of all my stuff. Just because my movie has flaws doesn't mean I'm not aware of them. Usually, I am aware of them. So I think, in a weird way, if someone hates the movie, and they want to talk about it, I'd be like, yeah, I'd be like, yeah, you're right about this. You're right about this. And I could tell them, like, we could have I think that'd be a much more interesting discussion than someone who's just like, man, this movie was awesome, and I love this. I mean, that stuff is awesome and cool to hear, and it's always fun. But I think if someone hates the movie, that's an interesting discussion.
Well, and I think it's not gonna if that is the case in a live Q&A setting, it's probably not gonna be very blatantly like, I hate this movie. It's gonna be like,
Right.
what educated this decision? What led to this decision? Why did you do this way? Sort
Right.
of a thing. And I
Right.
think that's an opportunity to go into the production process,
Hmm.
um, look into any potential flaws, or go into the advantages and disadvantages of shooting the way we shoot as opposed to the Hollywood way.
Right. Right. Looks like we have a couple more viewers in the chat. Or not in the chat, but just like watching. So if you missed anything, this is our plan. I mean, welcome, but this is our plan for releasing Little Black Submarines. We're going to be doing some live streams for the next month every Friday. We're going to do watching these awesome movies, and we're just talking about the premiere that's going to happen on July 26th at this day. And yeah, if anyone has any questions, I think that would be a really great time for anyone to watch or add those into the chat.
Yeah, send those in.
Yeah,
We'd love to keep talking about this.
yeah, send in any questions. I mean, you'll hear from us next week, obviously.
Mhm.
But yeah, we're here for a little bit. If anyone wants to talk, I don't know how much longer we're going to keep going, but we're always happy to chat about our films and the Chlorine universe and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Merdula's a detective.
Ooh,
2-hour runtime. Sneaky. I didn't think about that.
how did he know?
How did he know? Oh my goodness. Yes, the movie is 2 hours.
It's like 2 hours, 3 minutes, something like that.
Yeah, like 2 hours, 2 minutes, 40 something seconds, something like that.
Nice.
Yeah, 2 hour. There was, I can say this. There was a time when the film was going to be 3 hours.
Mhm.
Because I got it down to 3 hours and I was just like, I can't cut anything else. I don't know how to do this. And then I kind of tortured the movie and I rearranged it and I threw it against the wall. I beat it up. I punched it. I kicked it. And like, I did everything you could do to a movie. And that helped me be like, oh, you know what? We actually don't need this. We don't need that. And kill some darlings essentially. So yeah, 2 hours, which is shocking because again, last September I was like, well, the movie's just going to be 3 hours. Then I can't cut this down.
Yeah.
Dual asks, how long has the editing process been? So the first editing started the first day of shooting. So we shot the movie. The first day of shooting was, I think, the 17th of July, Saturday of last year.
Mhm.
After we had wrapped shooting, I went back to the room that we were at. I started cutting stuff together. That's the very first time I started editing stuff for the film. And the
He did it
movie,
all week.
yeah, the movie was finally exported this past Monday. So what's that? So that'd be July. Well, I won't count July. So August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. So that's 11 months. Wow.
Yeah.
About 11 months
That's
of
nuts.
editing. Now obviously I'm not at my computer every single day working on the film, but it's, from the moment I first started editing it to the export, when I hit export, that was 11 months. Yeah. So it's been a pretty long process. The longest I've ever edited a film, or the longest time I've spent editing a film. Two Little Ghosts was a similar situation, but because I filmed that in 21, I had the
Mhm.
film finished by December of that year, but there was a missing song that was not dropped in the film until like May of 22. So if you count that, that movie took like half a year, but I don't consider. I think it took a couple months to edit, and it was just one last piece that I dropped in.
Mhm.
This editing process was pretty involved from the very beginning. Let's see. Is it weird to sit on a completely edited film? Um, I mean, it's comfortable. I'll say it's really comfortable if I'm honest, because I don't like the pressure of like, oh geez, this is due this day. It's supposed to be done and it's not done. And like that panicked exporting, editing kind of thing. That's really chaotic and I don't love that. So I like the film to be done about a month before release so nothing can go wrong essentially, because if anything comes up, there's time to catch it. Like when I rewatch the film to make sure everything's okay. If I notice that there's a frame that's off, I can always go back and fix it like weeks before it comes out. So I think it's pretty comfortable to have it done. Yeah, and it's also kind of nice because you can. It's like, gee, no one has seen this, but it's going to come out. That now I have the time to kind of move on to the next thing, essentially, and that's pretty cool. How does that feel like? Editing or being done? If it's editing, crazy, makes you go insane. If it's being done, it feels great. It feels awesome. Very cathartic, I would say. Finally being done with this film. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I mean, Zach, how do you feel now that the movie's done?
Oh gosh. I don't know if I'm the best person to ask that question. I've been the least involved in the post-production process. Because I've been away. But no, it feels great. Yeah.
It's fair. It's
Yeah.
fair.
No, it's been really fun, particularly since I've been back in the States, getting to finalize where this project is at with you guys and be a little bit more hands-on than just like, here's another cut, watch this type of thing, give me feedback.
Yeah.
It's been a lot more hands-on and stuff like that. So that's been really fun. But no, it's just exciting to be there now. Just like we're done. It's time to we're the next thing is like it's that the like the light at the end of the tunnel, we've already passed it. It's time for to premiere it. So
Right.
I'm excited that we're like already done with the movie and not like pulling a George Lucas like we need more aliens in this shot, you know?
Right. Right.
5 days before releasing the movie or anything.
Right.
We're ready. It feels very chill, which is good.
Yeah.
So,
Feels very good being done.
very low pressure for when the movie comes out in regards to technical things.
Yeah. Ben Paul Robinson is in here. Welcome,
Hey.
Ben. Happy to see you here. Ben asks, "Good day, all. You've probably answered this before, but what's the story behind the title?"
Without
with-
spoilers.
without sounding rude or kind of snarky, that's the movie. That is the story. No, I'm joking. The story. I mean, it's a song. It's a Black Keys song. Called Little Black Submarines, and it's a song that I always thought would be great in a movie. And when it came time to making a chlorine movie, I was like, hey, I could kind of incorporate this idea for a film with the song into this project. So that's the story of the behind the scenes story of why it's called Little Black Submarines. If I'm honest, I actually don't love the title that much for my movie, because I was like trying to think of
How does it tie in narratively?
Yeah, well, it's like, for me, if I could have called this movie anything, I would have called it Crescendo. But that title was taken by RC, and I guess us to an extent.
Yeah.
So it's not Crescendo, but yeah. So it's Little Black Submarines because I couldn't think of a better title or anything else.
I think once you see the movie, though, it works.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's necessarily like, oh, this is how it works type of a thing, but it's just like, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
But again, I was really searching hard for another title. I think the only other title that came close to taking the spot, which I don't know if we really had a discussion because I was never even convinced myself. But one idea I had was just Once Upon a Time in Yakima, Washington.
Mm, that sounds familiar. I don't remember if you told me about that. I knew you told me about the crescendo one. I knew you told me about that because I remember having that conversation, being like, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Ben says, I forgot that song title. Nice, dig the title. That's good. Yeah, I'm glad you like the title. I mean, I love the song. I think it's one of the greatest songs ever written. It's one of my favorite songs. I like it for the song, but for my movie, I wish I had like, I don't know. That's just me being overly critical with the film, probably.
And if you like the Black Keys, there's
Yeah,
more where that came from with
I will
this
say,
movie.
if you like the Black Keys, if you like Nora Jones, if you like Danger Mouse, the producer, you're gonna probably really like this movie.
Mhm.
David says, "You better not call it anything." Lol. It's a little inside joke to a project
Mhm.
David's working on. Oh, Kyle, Mr. Roy,
Hey,
hello. Um, Kyle asks, "How many VFX shots are in the sucker?"
over
Ooh.
400. And that's not
Actually,
you're not lying. That is it's
yeah, you're right. Let me
yeah.
look at that sequence, Zach. Let me look at how
Mhm.
many shots there actually are because I can give you a minimum.
Mhm.
Um, at
At one point, it was 300 and something, but I think when we were done, it was over 400.
yeah, let me get a number. Oh, where did I save those files? Oh, here it is. Okay.
Because the
So
previs is a little different.
previs is a little different, slightly different. See,
Mhm.
at the very least, there are 322 VFX shots in the film.
Okay. But
322.
there are more. There are
But
more.
there are more. That's not including ones outside of
Yeah.
a sequence in the
Yeah.
film.
That's only one sequence. We're not counting keyframing or anything.
Yeah.
Because
Uh,
keyframing, there's definitely more. So we're definitely over 100 or 400, I would say.
we'll see. Yeah. Yeah. 322, the very minimum.
Mhm.
Um, yeah. That's a sequence that I can't wait for people to see.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the thing I was talking about in a video not too long ago of like this crazy thing, this idea that I had that no one got it first, but then now that they see it, it's the thing that everybody mentions when they watch the movie.
The other day after getting back from jury duty, I showed Ethan a little teaser of like first part of the sequence,
Mhm.
and he was like, at first, like I was describing it to him, and he didn't understand, and then I showed him,
No one
to him,
gets
and he
it.
was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, oh, okay."
Yeah. That's the reaction everybody has to this scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm most excited to see that with a live audience because that's where we're either going to lose everybody or get everybody on board like
Mhm.
in a weird way.
I'm excited to see what the energy's like in the theater.
Yeah.
That is what I'm most excited for.
I mean, I stand by this. I told Ethan and Ethan and Josh, who has also worked on this sequence, I told them like, guys, if we do this right, people are going to be doing flips in the aisle like it's No Way Home. Like people will be freaking out. Like people, like it'll be pandemonium. Pandemonium.
That
Um,
and oh, sorry, go for it.
oh no, you go ahead, Zach.
Okay. I was gonna say that and the opening credits, I'm very excited for, which I will
Oh
also
yeah,
take full credit for.
yes, yeah. The opening credits of the film were Zach's idea.
It gets me hyped every time I see him. It's
Yeah.
so good.
Bye, David. We'll see you next time. If you can make it next week to the chlorine watch party, it'd be fun to have you on here, or maybe you can jump in the chat.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know what your work schedule is like right now, but that'd be cool. That'd be cool. Um, let's see. Well, I think we've been going for about 50 minutes. I think this is a good place to stop it, honestly. I didn't think we'd get too many people, but I'm really happy and I'm excited that there we had like between 4, 5, 6 viewers during this
Yeah.
live stream. So thank you everyone for being here. There will be another um live stream next week, in a week from today, same time. We're gonna watch through chlorine together. Save the date. Um, tell your friends about Little Black Submarines, and yeah, can't wait to show the film to everybody. So yeah, thanks everyone for joining us. Oh, there's the button to end the stream. Oh. Ignore this awkward ending.